Isupk presents the Lord's 51st annual Passover.
Well, this is crazy, y'all. We in the arena. Okay, I can't explain to you the level that is. This place is going to be packed with the children of the Lord shouting in one word and one name to them all.
On Thursday, April 9th, 2020 at sundown, we're going to be holding the Lord's 51st annual Passover.
I ain't a people pleaser. I don't like people either. I don't care if you're not the jigger and wanna meet you. Just give me my mother.
We're going to be located at the Westchester Town Center, 198 Central Ave, White Plains, New York, 10606. $100 for all adults 17 and over. Kids are for free. Start sending in your funds today. For booking information, check us out on the Isupk 51st Annual Passover Facebook page. More updates will be available soon. Last but not least, Israel, Commanding General Yohana will be accepting the men willing to stand for the Hebrew Academy 2021. The Lord's 51st Annual Passover.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commanding General Yohana, where we teach you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who you are according to this Bible. Tonight, the Brotherhood class will be hosted by me, Officer Natazab of the Detroit camp. So let's get into it. Give me Psalm 133, verse 1. You understand, man? Here in the Brotherhood class, man, we teach you how to love one another. You understand? We teach you how to love that nigga that you hate. All right? The nigga down the street, Tyrone. You know you hate Tyrone. Them niggas. You understand? Them spicks, them wetbacks. All right? The people that you hate, this class is for you. You understand? If you of the Israelite nation. You understand? Psalm 133, verse 1. Get that for me, please.
Psalm 133, verse 1. A song of degrees of Dawodah. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
You hear that, man? David knew, man, brotherhood was very important, very essential to the nation, man. Why? Because that is the foundation of the nation, right? Your brother, you got a strong brotherhood, strong men who love each other like one another as commanded in this Bible. You understand? Being examples to one another is the strength of the nation, man. And that hinges on everything, especially the law and loving one another, man, which is a commandment by the Most High in Christ. Salakia, read that again.
Psalms 133, verse 1.
Read.
Behold, how good and how pleasant
How good and how pleasant. Read.
it is for brethren to dwell together.
For brethren to dwell together, to live together, to be together, man. We, in our natural state, man, are supposed to be amongst our people, man. We're not supposed to be mixed in and integrated and all this other madness, man. Why? Because somebody has to be the head and somebody has to be the tail in that segregated community. You understand? And what does that mean? That means one nation of people is gonna have the goal set to have the other set of people underfoot always, man. And that's how it is today. You understand? Because of our poor choices of leadership, man. In the civil rights movement, your Martin Luther Kings, your Jesse Jacksons, man, we are a destroyed people. Okay? We supposedly chose people who took the Bible as a way of trying to push their agenda, which was absolutely contrary to what the scriptures was talking about. Their movement, their agenda, you understand? All right? And again, man, we push the brotherhood and love because we are the only nation that does not receive love. You understand? We don't even love each other. All right? And the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge is the ultimate example and the ultimate teacher on how to love one another, man. That's something so heavy that we push here in the school. Because why, man? The kingdom come without by observation. You understand? This is something we need to teach generationally. All right? We need to teach generationally love for one another. Love your brother. That guy, that man of your nation is your family, man. We as a nation, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, we call each other brother, man. It's just something spiritual about that. Yeah, I never seen this guy before, but yeah, that's my brother. You understand? And no other nation is like that. You understand? You know what? It even feels weird, and I've had this happen to me. Well, white guy says, "Hey, what's going on, brother?" And for the most part, it's out of Edomite trying to either relate. I've had this relate, or to make mockery of the fact that we call each other brother. You understand? We see each other as family, man. What other family do you know? People on earth besides blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, talk to their cousins like, that's their brother or sister. You understand? We are such a close-knit family, and that's a part of our culture, man. And that's been instilled in us by the Most High to always be that way, man. You talk to Esau or these other nations, man, they don't interact with their cousins like that unless they're in the South and they, having sex with them and marrying them. You understand? That is very prevalent in the, Southern Edomite community. But aside from that, man, we see each other as brothers and family. You understand? And it's always been like that. Christ, taught brotherhood. Christ taught us to love one another, man. Upcoming right now, the next feast day is the Feast of Purim. Next week, man, about a sister who loved her nation so much she was willing to be killed. You understand? In order to put our condition to the forefront. You understand? And that, when you go into the scriptures, you look at the holidays, man. The Most High always looks at us as a multitude. Okay? He looks at the individual, but the Most High would prefer that all of Israel be saved, man. All of Israel come under this come into this one body, man. Which is another thing that the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge advocates, is to get into the body, man. You understand? We advocate that all the time. Why? Because it does me no damn good to have 4 eyeballs, to have 10 hands, no legs. You understand? And that's, speaking metaphorically, of course. But with the body, man, it's very important, man, that we all come into the one body and be of the same accord, man. There can't be multiple doctrines, okay? You got to go according to what this Bible's talking about, and that's it, man. You understand? So, with that, let's go to Matthew 22, verse 36. All right? It's very important, man, that we understand loving one another as a nation, man. The brothers in the world, brothers in the truth. Always, man. That's how we establish a standard in our nation, man. We establish a standard by showing how much we love one another. All right? Like the other nations do. You love your brother like you love yourself, like you love your mother, like you love your father, man. All right? You're going to have integrity. You're going to have honor. Okay? It's a chain reaction, man. This same thing is what we teach to our children. So when they grow up, they'll instill those same values. And then before you know it, man, it'll be tribal knowledge amongst Israel. You understand? You got that scripture? Let's read.
Matthew chapter 22, verse 36. Master, which is the great commandment in the law?
Which is the greatest commandment, man? This is something a Christian would ask, man. Because, of course, in a Christian's mind, he can't keep 600 plus laws, man. He wants to eat that pork. He wants to celebrate Christmas. He wants to sleep with white women, so on and so forth. He just wants to be an overall lawbreaker. You understand? Read.
I want con. Then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him. Mm-hmm. Verse 36, Master, which is the great commandment in the law?
Which is the greatest commandment in the law, man? Is it not eating pork? You got some Muslims, man, or some of our brothers and sisters in the Muslim community, they don't eat pork, right? But they do everything else. Hell, they think eating pork is the greatest commandment of the Most High. You understand? They don't give a damn about loving their brother as they love themselves, unless they're Muslim. You understand? They don't give a damn about not eating shrimp. You understand? Because why? Ask a Muslim, can you eat shrimp? He gonna say, well, yeah. it comes from the ocean. It's washed already. I heard that. I was like, oh my God, okay. Well, if a piece of doo-doo's floating in the damn ocean, it's washed already, right? Are you gonna eat that? Come on, man. That's utterly foolishness, man. The Lord gave you a standard and criteria to live by. So why? So that you can have long life. You understand? Read on.
Come. Yahushua said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind.
Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, man. You ask a Christian, how do you love God? Well, God. Well, she'll tell you, well, I thank him for waking me up in the morning. The hell is that? Why? So you can go out and be a sinner all day? Is that what he woke you up for? To eat shrimp, crab, and lobster? To celebrate Christmas? Okay, to hate your brother? You understand? To be disobedient to his other 613 laws? Read.
Come. And with all thy mind. Mm-hmm. This is the first and great commandment.
This is the first and great commandment. Now that's heavy. Why? Because the only way you can love the Most High is by keeping the 600 plus laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? Including honoring his holy days. Okay? You can't love the Lord if you're celebrating Christmas and Easter. All right? You can't love the Lord if you're worshiping white Jesus. You can't love the Lord if you're a sinner, if you break the Lord's law. Read on.
Come. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
And love your neighbor as yourself. Now, damn. They were just hoping, Mashah, they could just love God with their kisses. And they thanking him for waking me up in the mornings. And celebrating Christmas and baby Jesus in the manger. They thought that was enough. But then it got to loving your neighbor, loving Tyrone, loving that nigga that cut you off in the morning on your way to work, loving Shaniqua on the line, who always giving you hell and always trying to destroy you. That's who the Lord is talking about, man. Now you was hoping the Most High just narrow it down to the 10. You understand? But man, he did even better, narrowed it down to the 2, which means you still got to keep all of the law. All right, read that again one more time.
Matthew 22, beginning at verse 36. Master, which is the great commandment in the law?
Read.
Verse 37, Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and all thy soul, and all thy mind. Verse 38, this is the first and great commandment. Verse 39, and the second is like unto it, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. In verse 40, on these 2 commandments hang all the law.
Hang what?
All the law.
So listen, you got to keep them all.
Christ the law.
Read ahead and recapped and said, listen, you keep the 2, then guess what? You got to keep them all. All right? There is no shortcut to the kingdom, man. You understand? A Christian thinks all he got to do is what to get to the kingdom? First of all, he thinks the kingdom is him dying and floating up on a cloud playing a harp and shooting people with arrows, right? Shooting them with heart arrows. Right, Mashah? So, with that being said, he doesn't even have the concept of what heaven is. Okay? But let's entertain it. Let's say if he was to get that. A Christian believes what? All he got to do is what? Accept Jesus Christ as his Lord and Savior. And he just be covered by the blood of Jesus. That's all he got to do. Aside from that, give me all the weed I can smoke. Give me all the holes I can pop. You understand? What you got, Mashawn?
I just want to ask the question, what does it mean? What do Christians mean when they say, I accept Jesus Christ as my Lord?
Yeah, you know what, Mashawn? What it means is, first of all, they're talking about Caesar Borgia. They're not imagining a black Christ, someone that looks like them as their Savior. You understand? They're thinking of Caesar Borgia, white man. If you can just accept me, you understand? I love you so much. I love your people. They beat me, they arrest me, they kill me, and I love them all the more. I love them. I love them. I love them. And can you just be my Savior? Like you saved them. You understand? Like you saved them from a rightful conviction after they murdered Trayvon Martin. After you saved them from a a righteous conviction. After they, murdered Mike Brown. You understand? Every police officer, you understand? Can you be my Savior how you saved them? That's in the mindset of a Christian. You understand? He's not thinking about his nation, about his people, man. He's thinking, if I can please the oppressor, you understand? If I can do my best, if I can give him my 100%, 110%, because you already given him 100, maybe he'll fall in, maybe he'll love me. Maybe he'll love my nigger ass. You understand? My spick ass. Okay? And that's what we're getting. And that's the understanding of a Christian.
That's heavy.
If I accept the God of my oppressor, maybe he'll finally accept me. And that's what it sums it up to, man. You understand? And a Christian is perfectly fine under that delusion. Okay? We got any questions?
Not yet. I don't want.
All right, no sweat. So yeah, let's read that one more time, then we'll drop it and move on.
I want to.
All right. After that, go ahead.
Matthew 22, beginning at verse 35. Then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him, saying, Master, which is the great commandment in the law?
Now, ain't that a Christian? Ain't that a Christian? Trying to trick Christ up so they can pick stones up and stone them. You understand? So they can try and trick him up. But Christ, as clever as ever, always. Because that's our big brother, man. That's who showed us how to love one another. Understand? And how to trick Christians. All right, how to, Salakia, not trick Christians, how to correct Christians. You understand? How to cut imams, how to cut preachers. You understand? Christ told us also effortlessly on how to do it. You understand? That's why every Muslim that comes up, every Christian that comes up to us and asks us a question, we are always ready to answer.
Always.
You understand? The scriptures say, always be ready to answer. You understand? So, and that's what we do, man. We have an answer for everything. And we always reference the Bible. That's you understand? Right. It's not our words, because that's what they like to get. What is your opinion, brother? Well, I'll tell you, my opinion is what the Bible is talking about. Yeah, I understand all that, but what you think about it? What the hell does what I think about it mean? You understand? And that's every Christian, every imam, every Muslim, every preacher, okay, to try and trick up Christ. You understand? But because we're well versed in this book and we understand the law and what the Lord desires of us as a people, as his people, his property, you understand? We know how to answer you people. You understand? So let's go to Ecclesiasticus, the 42nd chapter.
Come on.
While he's getting that, I just want to, go to that. And then I'm going to recap on something I seen that damn near broke my heart. I was seeing a clip. Go ahead.
You said Ecclesiastes?
Ecclesiasticus.
Ecclesiasticus.
All right, 42nd chapter. So what I seen, man, it damn near broke my heart. I seen what I see? It was a cop throwing handcuffs on a sister, on a baby girl, man, our daughter. You understand? She wasn't nothing but 6 years old. Can you believe that? Broke my heart, man. You understand? And surprisingly, it looked like I didn't see the whole story. It looked like she was in school, and she went to the principal's office, and the principal, it's a black principal at that, called the police on this little 6-year-old girl and got her locked up. You understand? Getting her locked up, getting her mind prepared for what should be normal to us, to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. What you got, Mashal?
Khan, I want Khan. If I could, I don't mind. First of all, that wasn't brotherhood.
No, absolutely not, man. That's Christianhood. You understand?
That's Christianhood.
That's Christianhood
Goddamn
to
right.
call your oppressor to get you in order, man. And that's something that the ISUPK has been trying to undo since 1969.
That's
trying to undo your slave mentality, man. One thing you have to understand, the number one thing that the UPK is trying to push is righteous leadership to our communities, man. Last week we were at a community panel, right? And we were trying to listen to these so-called, I guess, community leaders, whatever you want to call it, of which Captain LeBon straight up, spoke, strongly against their silly views of which oppressor should I choose? You understand? Which of the lesser evils should I choose, man? Not understanding that the definition of insanity, man. They were still under the same blueprint of Martin Luther King, the same blueprint of every Christian preacher, to just, instead of Trump, we gotta pick somebody. You gotta participate. We die to vote. No, man. What they don't understand, man, is the power amongst blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians on their own. You understand? A brother at the panel was constantly saying how there's no money in the community. There's no money. There's no money. We need to withhold our money. We need to boycott, blah, blah, blah. And we not going to vote unless they give us reparations. We need to ask for reparations. The same old song, man. But he didn't have any understanding. He didn't even have a goddamn plan. I'm going to follow you. You understand? None of them had any tangible answers on how to correct blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. When the simple template, no one even referenced the Tulsa, Oklahoma. How we had the capability, as long as we separated, we could build our own. As long as we separated from the nations that hate us, we could build our own, man. None of them had that knowledge. None of them even brought it up. They all asked on what was all of their solutions was based on what's the best way to beg massa for what we need. None of them understood when it comes to your oppressor, nigga, you got to have a bargaining chip. You understand? You want reparations? What the hell? Okay, if I say no, damn it, then what? You're going to beg a little bit more? You're going to beg a little bit harder? Come on, man. That whole panel was a joke and a waste of time, man. And in all actuality, the whole, as Captain LeBon said, man, the whole goal the whole time was to get votes. You understand? To get votes and just use blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians like, the typical $2 hoe. You understand? The same song. We'll change up the lyrics a little bit. But overall, to be the same goal. What you got, Mashah?
Khan. Baba Gashaf, if I could, I don't mind. Our people don't understand politics.
They don't.
At all.
The problem is they don't understand their oppressor. You understand? Which Captain LeBon was trying to pinpoint on. that you have to focus on who's causing your condition. You understand? When you focus in on that, then you'll begin to ostracize yourself from him. Why? Because it means nothing but harm to you, man. And that's all the UPK does, man. No other school does it. No other school, no other Christian church, no other Muslim mosque, man. You understand? Shows you who's causing your condition. The one that you love so much, the one that sears his image into your mind, sears the image of his God, sears the image of his religion and philosophy into your brain. It's him. Once you understand that, guess what, man? Then you can instill pride. You can understand that you are the people of the book, man. You can understand that you have a rich history, and guess what? Everybody knows it. You don't know and understand that you're the salt of the earth, man. You're waiting on Oprah to recognize you. You're waiting on, LeBron James and all these other rich celebrities who have not profited us yet. Yet we give them all the support. You're still waiting on them. Come on, man. Change begins with you, man. You understand? The UPK has all the answers. You understand?
Damn right.
All of them were just piggybacking off what the first person said.
That's
the
right.
whole time, man. They didn't know brotherhood, and they didn't love their people enough to tell them the truth. Listen, we got to separate. They didn't have examples on self-reliance, self-preservation. You understand? Self-accountability. They didn't have it. And the whole time, man, the Most High wasn't involved in any of that, man. You understand? The Most High, if he ain't involved, it's going to crumble to nothing. You understand? That's what brotherhood is all about. That's why we teach the law, statutes, and commandments. We have the history class so you can have some goddamn history other than slavery. You understand? We have the history class. We preach it. Listen, you go back. You were ruling the earth at one point. You understand? Back in Adam. You understand? Your relationship with other nations was how to make money off of them. You understand? How can I get them diamonds from Sierra Leone up to Israel? Solomon knew. I want all of, what the hell does Ethiopia have other than sand and dirt? Spices. I need all the spices you got, Sheba. Ante up. Here, you can have this rock I found. Trust me, it's a deal. That was our relationship with these other nations. And we ruled them, man, with righteousness. You understand? Everyone came to Israel for knowledge when Solomon was around. You understand? That's your history, black man. Hispanic, Native Indian man. Not slavery. This is what the UPK is trying to advocate for you. Okay? Trying to instill into you. Some goddamn self-pride. You don't have any history. Your history is what your oppressor tells you. He found your ass swinging from a vine. Okay? We instill integrity and honor and culture. Okay? Which was very prevalent in the Israelite culture, man. Having honor. Okay? Having a standard which, hey, saying what you wouldn't do. Okay? Having a boundary. It's so important that you have culture and history, man. Why? So you can see examples of what the hell not to do and what the hell to do going forward, man. And that's what that whole panel, that ridiculousness that we said last week, man, they didn't have or try to instill in their people, man. It was just another ploy to get your silly ass out to vote for another politician who's just gonna, tell you lies, man. And that goes back to another thing, man. That's what Christians like, man. Christians love to be lied to. They don't give a damn about the truth. They don't give a damn about anything coming to pass. They just want to hear the truth. They just want to hear a lot of, jaw jacking. What you got, Mashah?
Talking about this. It's been going on since a little bit before King. All this voting shit, if I could.
Yeah.
All this voting shit. They got our brothers and sisters running out here chasing behind this two-party system. And if I could break it down real quick, just so the average nigga on the street
Come on.
can understand it. This is the difference between the Republicans and the Democrats.
Okay.
This is the difference in the two-party system, the Republicans and the Democrats. The Democrats think that you are a pet, a dog, that should be given free roam throughout the yard as long as you stay inside the fence.
Yeah,
The Republicans think you are a pet, a dog, that is so vicious you just ought to be chained up to a tree.
Absolutely, man.
But my point is, they both think you ain't nothing but a goddamn dog.
And listen, isn't that usually the case with everything, man, with all the nations? It ain't got to even be a Democrat or a Republican, man. All the nations hate you, okay? And you can
Damn
only
right.
be used, man. Blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians are the battery of this nation, man. The battery of all other nations on the earth, man. The Chinaman definitely knows where to make his dollar. The East Indian. Who else? The Arabs. Ishmael. You
Damn
understand? Everyone hates you, but they love your dollar, man. You understand? But again, man, the kingdom come not by observation. It damn sure don't come by voting. You ain't gonna vote the goddamn kingdom here. The hell is your problem, man? Haven't we tried voting the kingdom here already? You tried that back in 08 with Obama. Hell, he voted that African in House, and now blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians are being killed even more, being thrown in jail even more under that man's policies, man. As usual, you let an African psych you. And now you destroyed even more today. All right? So we're going to get the book of Ecclesiasticus, the 42nd chapter. All right? We're going to run it through. Let me know when you got it. And let's start at verse 8 when you got it.
Verse 8, other one?
Uh-huh.
Con, other one, con. Ecclesiasticus, chapter 42, starting at verse 8.
Read.
Be not ashamed to inform the unwise and foolish.
You see that, man? Be what?
Not ashamed.
Be not ashamed, man. Be not ashamed to, inform a dumbass, man. You understand? Read on.
And the extreme age that contendeth with those that are young.
See that, man? And the old folks out here. You understand? Who know, sometimes they not even in their right mind. Calm down, Mr. Henry. You know when you get your 11 o'clock, whiskey, you get a little crazy. You understand? Just relax, Mr. Henry. Read on.
Thus shalt thou be truly learned and approved of all men living.
See that, man? When you do that, you set an example, man. You set an example for other brothers and sisters on how to properly conduct yourself, man. You understand? You see an idiot. Come on, man. Don't do that, brother. That's not a real good thing. You understand? You show that you love your nation, man. You love them enough to correct them. All right? Give me verse 9.
Con, I want con.
There's
Verse
a brother
9.
out here that needs to hear these next couple scriptures. There's a brother out here, and this is calling to you right now.
Damn
Read.
Right. Come. Verse 9. The father walketh for the daughter. Salakia. The father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth. And the care of her taketh away sleep. When she is young, lest she pass away the flower of her age. And being married, lest she should be hated.
One of the things, man, being a father of a daughter, man, one of the most critical things that you care about, that you think about all the time, is are you going to find the perfect husband for your daughter? You understand? Is this man going to take care of her? And, is she always going to be all right, man? You lose sleep over that. You understand? You don't want her to get to the point where, and this is, and not that it say this doesn't happen and is anything wrong with it, but a man, you want to give your daughter away while she's young, man. She's a prized possession of yours. You understand? By what? Her characteristics, her beauty, her how she conducts herself, and how she, gonna clean, what are what are her virtue, her qualities.
Yeah, right.
You understand? Does she cook, clean? You understand? Is she gonna is she always running that mouth? Is that what he's gonna is he's paying that dowry for? Is he paying a dowry for a ton of mouth, a house that's gonna be nasty, and somebody who only know how to cook that milky, disgusting liquid macaroni and cheese?
In the box.
In the box. God damn, ain't no soul or love to it. It's like an Edomite made it. You understand? That's the worry of a father. Read next verse.
Come.
Verse 10.
Come. Verse 10. In her virginity, lest she should be defiled and gotten with child in her father's house.
See that? Read. This is blacks and Hispanics right here.
Come.
You understand? If you don't think the Bible is a black or Hispanic book, just keep reading, man, and see the issues and the problems addressed in the Bible, man. Don't associate with you, man. This ain't white or Chinese problems. This ain't Indian or Arab problems here. This scripture is saying what? Read it again.
Verse 10, in her virginity, lest she should be defiled and gotten with child in her father's house.
Gotten with a child, had a baby when she what? 13, 14 years old?
Teen pregnancy.
Teen pregnancy, man. That's your life. You understand? That's black, Hispanic, and Native Indian life, man. I went to a high school, man. We had a daycare in the high school. You understand? This is black, Hispanic, and Native Indian problems, man. Esau, your oppressor, is not worried about this. He ain't worried about, Becky getting pregnant. If she does, he definitely going to take care of it. Ain't going to be no shame. She's going right to the clinic so she can go to college and continue having fun. All right? Read on.
Come. Lest she should misbehave herself, and when she is married, lest she should be barren.
Read on.
Verse 11. Keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter.
Keep a what?
Sure watch over a shameless daughter.
Now listen, man. As a father, man, we know, we see the little girl. Listen, being young men ourselves at one time, you understand? We knew a shameless girl. You understand? In our youth. Okay? So listen, we'll know it or see the symptoms of it in our own household damn well. You understand? We for sure will. Read on.
Come. Keep sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies. And a byword in the city.
And a what?
A byword in the city.
And a what?
Byword in the city.
What's that byword I'm thinking of?
Nigga.
Huh?
Nigga.
Nah. Listen, read that again. Keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter.
Lest she make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies.
Make you a laughing stock to your enemies, man. Niggas that hate you. You understand? And a byword in the city. This black problems right here. What's that byword in the city she gonna be called? Think about it. She's shameless. Everybody laughing at you because of this daughter. That's a hoe, man. You understand?
Salaki, I don't want to bump yourself on me.
Go ahead.
You call a nigga sucker Bob or
What do they call it?
a sucker
A
Bob.
sucker bob, man. You got
Sucker
to explain that to me.
Sucker Bob.
I think I could put it together. Why? Okay, all right. Yeah, I could put that one together. Salakia. On that terminology,
Salakia,
but
well, that's
a
all.
hoe for the most part, right? She'll become a hoe in that city, man. She the hoe of Detroit.
Come.
She the hoe of the East. Man, that's such and such daughter, man. That's Bob's daughter. Man, that hoe do this, and that, and the other. Read on.
Come. And a byword in the city and a reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude.
You see that, man? A reproach among the people, man. They ain't gonna want to be associated with her. How you gonna marry her off? After she done, got them all in her mouth. And you understand? And she ain't nothing but 14, 15 years old.
Right.
You understand? But here's the wisdom. Read on.
Come. I don't want to come. Behold not everybody's beauty, and sit not in the midst of women.
See that, man? Behold, not everybody's beauty, man. You understand? Be careful of that. That's a damn trap. You understand? Read on.
Verse 13, for from garments cometh a moth, and from women wickedness.
See that, man? I mean, it's just a characteristic of a woman to be wicked as hell, especially of a hoe. You understand? What would she do? She'll get you killed. She'll get you robbed.
Damn right.
You know, she'll siphon the life out of you if you're a demon, right?
Damn right.
Just like garments for a bad garment, man. I don't know if y'all remember this, man. The Coogee sweaters, man. I had a Coogee sweater. Spent a lot of money on that, on them sweaters were hideous. You understand? The goddamn Coogee sweater. But damn, man. First, then I started getting holes in the goddamn Coogee sweater. I got a hole here, and another one here.
From injury to insult.
And then it's like, damn, that's like I only got 3 of these joints. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the hell? And before you know it, man, you pull that one string and the whole thing starts to unravel. $500 sweater down the drain. You understand? Them Coogies was terrible. Wow. It was ugly as hell. But just like how a moth will come for that Coogie, same thing for women, man. Bore wickedness. Read on.
Come. I want come. Verse 14. Better is the cheerlessness of a man than a courteous woman. A woman, I say, which bringeth shame and reproach.
You see that, man? What is churlishness?
I'm going to look that up.
Churlishness is like being rude.
Okay.
You understand? Or having or being ill-mannered. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Now, a nigga all day, he mean and he rude, but hell, man, that's better than a woman that's shalom. How are you, brother? And she got shame written on her. You understand? Now, unlike the Christian church and these other establishments, you come in here and be born again, man. It never happened. You understand? You can be born again and remove that shame and that reproach. Okay? And we'll show you how to do that, man. It's easy. You understand? It takes work, but it's easy and capable of every man and woman here in our nation. You understand? Let's get verse 16. Salakia, go to the next verse.
Verse 17?
Uh-huh.
Oh, Salakia.
16.
I think we have 15 on
Okay, 17 maybe then. All right.
Go to 17 or 15?
You know what? Let's do this. Go to go read verse. I think it's 16.
Come, I want to come. Verse 16. The sun that giveth light looketh upon all things, and the work thereof is full of the glory of the Lord. Verse 17. The Lord hath not given power to the saints to declare all his marvelous works, which the Almighty Lord firmly settled, and whatsoever is might be established for his glory. Verse 18. He seeketh out the deep and the heart, and considereth their crafty device, for the Lord knoweth all that may be known.
You know what? Drop that. Go to Ecclesiasticus, the 26th chapter.
Come, I want to come.
You understand, man? Again, man, it's very important to have establish integrity and honor amongst our people, man, and doing it at a young age, man. Just how we got in this situation, we didn't get in our situation, our destroyed state, within 24 hours. You understand? True. This is a generational curse that we've been living forever, man. All right, and through brotherhood and love of one another, man, is the only way we can get out of here, get out of this mess. You understand? And we, in the scriptures, there are plenty examples, man, how we should conduct ourselves, man. And why is these scriptures always referencing our offspring, man? Why? So they can establish a reputation. Okay, so they can begin the healing of our nation, man. Through our children, will we see the kingdom. Okay, that's how it happens, man. The brothers and sisters out here in the world who don't want to heed to this truth, who don't want to heed to the law, statutes, and commandments, they got to be cut off, man.
Damn right.
And we need to make room for those willing to accept this truth. Okay? That's how the nation is being built, brother. You understand? That's how the nation built. The ones that don't want to adhere to the law, statutes, and commandments so that we can establish our kingdom, fine. You die. You understand? Judgment be upon your head.
Damn right.
Now, after you die, you in the regeneration, now you ready to hear what the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge has to say about according to the Most High. All right? You learn the truth, you learn the law, statutes, and commandments, and guess what? Now you teach your children the truth. And the cycle repeats itself. Till we have a nation, all right, with a standard. Okay? Nation with the rules and procedures. All right? You get that for me?
So I get that one?
You got that Ecclesiasticus, the 26th chapter for me?
Come on, which verse are we?
Let's get what I want. Let's start at verse 1. You understand? Just and this is all of this hinges on us coming back to the law, man. You understand? Us loving one another. Okay, loving one another ain't kisses and hugs, man. I know that's what you think it is, what you want it to be, man. But there ain't gonna be no men kissing on men up in here. You understand? Mm-hmm. Read.
Come. Ecclesiasticus, verse 26, verse 1, you said, right? Blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be doubled. Verse 2, a virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. Verse 3.
You see that, man? That's so important for us to have a virtuous woman, man. A woman with value, you understand? A woman that is beneficial to her husband, man. So why? So he can live long, man.
Damn right.
So he ain't got to be worried about, you care about you, him not being able to trust you.
Damn right.
You understand? In order to handle business, all right? A good wife, man, is gonna double the prolong longevity to that husband. Okay? Read.
Come, I will come. Verse 3, a good wife is a good portion, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord.
You see that, man? That goes right back to the status, the order. You understand? The Most High Christ, then your husband. You understand? You fear the Most High, you're going to obey your husband, man. Providing it's within righteousness and it does not force you to sin, man. You understand? Your husband should not be forcing you to sin. Read on.
Verse 4, whether a man be rich or poor, if he have a good heart towards the Lord, he shall at all times rejoice with a cheerful countenance.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 5, there be three things that mine heart feareth, and for the fourth I was sore afraid. The slander of a city,
Mm-hmm.
the gathering together of an unruly multitude,
Mm-hmm.
and a false accusation. All these are worse than death.
See that, man? Let's read that one more time. The first one. What is the first one?
The first one will say,
What is his heart fear? Mine heart feareth. And for the fourth I was sore afraid. The first one is the slander of a city, man. You understand? Detroit. You understand? It's forever taking flack for every goddamn thing. You understand? Because why, man? Look who we put in charge. We put people who are not according to the Lord's mind. Of which there is a scripture on how to properly choose leadership. If you're an Israelite, you understand? You have rules on how to properly choose a leader over you. You understand? And that leader must be of your nation and must be of the Lord's mind.
that's right.
You understand? You can't just have somebody up in there and then they be a preacher. Hell no. You can't have anybody up in there and then they be a Muslim.
That's right.
You have to have somebody up in there of your nation. The person you choose has to be either black, Hispanic, or Native Indian. And then they need to come out this book, man, with their policies and agenda. Does my policy and agenda violate the Lord's law?
That's right.
Does gay agenda violate the Lord's law?
All day.
You understand? Those are the questions you should be asking. Okay? Righteous leadership, man. And that's what the UPK is pushing. That's our bargaining chip. You understand? If you want a safer community, you want jobs, you want self-preservation, self-reliance in your community, you want your community back, you need righteous leadership. And you have to elect someone from the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, someone who has been taught how to be a leader. And guess what, man? They have a standard and a boundary, man. They're not just going to say yes to the multitude. They're going to say yes to what benefits you the most. What's going to keep the Lord from killing and destroying you. You understand? Slander of a city, man. Detroit is known as a murder capital. Gentrification is all through the city. There's like 2 houses per block. You understand? The police here, in a sense, let's skip that. Let's skip that one. But as the city as a whole, man, is a black eye. You understand? What you got?
Just so my brothers and sisters that live here in Detroit with us might know, of all the major cities, to include New York,
Yeah.
L.A., Orlando, Miami, Dallas, all the major cities in America, Detroit is statistically the blackest major city
Damn right.
in America. There's no
right.
higher percentage of so-called
Yep.
Negroes
And that's absolutely
any
true.
place else.
And absolutely true, Masha. And when they and that's why, and it's political and it's slanderous when they say that this is the murder capital. Detroit can't just get right. What happened to the Motor City? Blah blah blah. They do that strategically because it is the most densely black populated city in the U.S. Man, you understand? It's a jab. Okay, what's the second one, Masha?
Slovakia?
The second one.
Count.
The gathering together of an unruly multitude, right?
Count.
Who ain't afraid of that? You understand? Well, listen, because you don't know who they going to hang. You understand? The third was what? Or the fourth, rather. What is the other one? False accusation,
False
man.
accusations.
You understand? That's how a lot of people get ahead, man. By false accusing, man. One of the things is, which is a law in the Bible, that you cannot do against your brother, man. You understand? Being a false accuser, man. There was at one point, man, there was I think Elijah in his young years, man. This brother was so wise, where a sister, what was it? Some brothers was trying to get a sister in trouble, saying she fornicated.
Okay.
You understand? And in his excellent wisdom and interrogation, once again, this is how you choose a proper leader. Okay, someone who can righteously judge. All right, like Solomon did. Okay, but back to my topic. Back to my point. Elijah in his young years, man. There was a sister. Oh, Salakia, some brothers, man, was trying to get a sister stoned, saying she committed fornication with, with another man. And Elijah said, okay, well, when did this happen? Well, under the tree. I saw it. All three men saw it. And Elijah took each individual man alone and said, tell me which tree it was. And all these dumbasses chose a different tree, man. You understand? Simple but efficient detective work. You understand? And you got them brothers here in the UPK, man.
That's right.
You understand? This is where you're going to find your righteous leadership to lead this nation. Okay? Read on.
I'm gonna count. Wow. Slovakia. Here we go. Verse 6. For the grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman.
Come on, man. Ain't that UPK
That's
all
heavy.
damn day?
That's heavy.
You understand? Ain't that black and Hispanic and Native Indian problems all day? Read that again.
Ecclesiasticus 26, verse 6. But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman. And the scourge of the tongue.
And the what?
Scourge of the tongue, which communicateth with all.
Scourge of the tongue. Man, break that down, Masha.
That backbite, talking about
Exactly,
her
man.
sister she jealous of.
Exactly,
She
man.
thinks she this, she thinks she that.
Absolutely, man. In order to what, man? And listen, all our ribs all our ribs typically fall in line with this, man. You understand? Being that sister who the other women are jealous over.
That's right.
You understand? Your woman's at work, trying to get her work done, and you got some, oppressor, another female, you understand, looking to destroy her. and undo her credentials, man. Undo her credibility. You understand? I have my rib, man. She works in the hospital, and they have a procedure where they have to take turns in going to a different department, man. And it's always being more preferable to be in your own damn department, which you're used to. Of course, it was not her turn, but you got the oppressor coming over to her. You need to just do it because, you know, I paid my dues. What the hell is that all about, Masha? You understand? But of course, my rib, who is, you know, you can't just say any goddamn thing to her. Put her in her place, and that was that, man. But at the same time, man, nobody wants to be in that position to have to always goddamn defend yourself when you've done nothing wrong. You understand? Read the next verse.
Verse 7. An evil wife is
A what?
An evil wife.
Listen, man, everybody should listen to this one. A what?
An evil wife.
An evil wife, man. Ugh. Is a what?
Is a yoke shaken to and fro.
What is that, man? You ever heard somebody say, call a rib up the ball and chain? I hear Esau say it all the time, man. Shoot, the ball and chain won't let me go. I'm like, what the hell is that? You understand? An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. That's a chain.
Oh, okay.
You understand? Handcuffs. Read on.
And he that hath hold of her is as though he held a scorpion.
It says what?
Though he held a scorpion.
It's as though he holds a scorpion, man. You understand? You got an evil wife, man. That's a rough thing. I see, like on the YouTube clips, man, I'll be seeing Esau, he holding it, let the scorpion and the spider the tarantula crawl up his arm, and he ain't worried about a goddamn thing. You understand? Me, on the other hand, if I'm holding a scorpion, I'm going to avoid that what? That stinger, man. That's what an evil woman is like. Read on.
Verse 8. A drunken woman and a gatherer abroad causes great anger, and she will not cover her own shame.
She will what? Not what?
Cover her own shame.
Man, you women, man, who can't hold your goddamn liquor, stay away from it. You can't hold your wine, stay away from it, man. It's only going to make you look bad. Read on.
Verse 9. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids.
Listen, now, again, the Bible is a black, Hispanic, and Native Indian book, man. This right here, this scripture alone. Read that one more time. The whoredom of a woman may be known.
Verse 9. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids.
Her slutty looks and eyelids, man. Listen, I seen a sister, man, who had her eyelashes on so thick they looked like wings. You understand? It looked like I could feel her as she was blinking in front of me. I'm like, sis, can you even see? Can you see the change that you gave back? Sis, you gave me back an extra 10. Here, take this back and give me $3, sis. You can't even see. You understand? Not that I'm saying the whole eyelid, you know, adding eyelashes to you to enhance your beauty, sis, is a bad thing, but it's in the scriptures. You understand? On what haughty looks are. Slutty looks. Promiscuous looks. You understand? Read on.
If drunken woman,
verse 10.
If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitness, lest she abuse herself through over much liberty.
See there? That's another thing, man. This goes back to chapter 42, man. What we were speaking on. Guiding your daughter. Giving her standards. Okay? What's the scripture? Train the child up the way they should go.
Damn right.
Not the way they want to go. Dwayne Wade, he's training up Zaire, that's his name, on the way he wants to go. Dwayne Wade has failed as a father, man. It don't matter if you got so much damn money that, you know, you don't have a worry in the world. Worry about the fact that you might have a son that's going to be a faggot, man. No man I've ever spoken to says, you know what? I wish for my son
Not one.
to be a homosexual.
Not one.
Not one. You know, I ain't never heard of nothing like that. Like, damn, and then on top of that, not only a homosexual, but you're a woman now.
Yeah.
He wants to be a girl now. Listen, man. I train my sons up the way they should go, man. They're not allowed to pick up a doll. You understand? Don't even look in the direction of a baby doll. If I catch it in your hands, we're going to have a problem. You understand? I ain't talking about push-ups. You understand? All right? Read on.
Con, I want con.
Verse 11.
I want con. Watch over.
Yep, go ahead.
Salaki, you want me to get the second half of verse 10 I want?
Yeah, read that.
Verse 10, if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly.
Keep her in straightly. She got to be a
Lest she
straight arrow, man. Read.
Lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty.
You see that, man? I've heard, sisters saying that, you know, like the little Kims and everything on the world, saying they grew up in a strict household, man. You understand? Over much liberty. Listen, you give them enough liberty, man, you ain't going to have to worry about her being a little Kim at the age of 24. You have to worry about it at the age of 12, 13, 14. You understand, man? Keep a watchful eye over that daughter. Read on.
Come. Verse 11. Watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. Verse 12. She will.
Yeah, what is that impudent eye?
An impudent eye.
What is that?
I'll look up one word real quick. I want to get it to you.
Go ahead, look it up.
Come. Impudent. This is from the Internet Dictionary. Not showing due respect.
Damn right.
For another person. Impertinent.
So you don't want to. So you watch over her from being a smart mouth, man. Talking back to grown-ups. You understand? To grown men. Watching that mouth. You understand? That, of course, hinges on her when she gets older. You understand? Where she has respect. Okay? And she's not a goddamn matriarch trying to tell everybody what the hell to do. Okay? That plays an important role, man, in building the kingdom to come. How should your women conduct herself? How should the men conduct themselves? Not running that fat mouth and being rude. That's not the characteristics of an Israelite woman. You understand? It might be of an Edomite nation or an Ishmaelite nation, but here in the Israelite nation, our women are respectful and they keep that mouth shut.
That's right.
You understand? They don't have haughty looks and these whorish eyelids. Okay? Read on.
Come. I don't want to come. Verse 12. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler.
Read 11 again and then jump into 12.
Come. I want to come.
This is heavy.
Verse 11. Watch over an impudent eye and marvel not if she trespass against thee.
Yeah.
Verse 12. She will
Don't wonder if she's rude to everybody else, right? And she cutting to you, okay? Don't be surprised when it happened. You should have been correcting it. All right? Verse 12. This is heavy right here. This goes back to boredom.
come.
Okay.
Verse 12. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he has found a fountain.
Oh, you see that? Read on.
And drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow.
Well, what's a quiver?
That's her vagina.
Yeah, it's kind of what kind. You pretty much summed it up. A quiver, though, holds all the arrows. You understand? She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler. You know what she receiving, right? You understand? And he hath found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. He gonna try it all. He gonna try everything she got. You understand? This is why it's so important. Again, man, we instill these values into our nation, man. It ain't there right now. All right. Right now, we are a nation of whores, thieves, drug dealers. Okay, and that's how the other nations see us. Okay, you look at a Ishmaelite. His woman garbed up and everything. The first thing you're gonna think of, not that dressing our women up as ninjas is a part of our culture, but you look at his woman. Are you gonna think she's a hoe? Absolutely not, man. Absolutely, you just won't. No one looks at the Chinese woman and say that's a hoe. You line up a black woman, a Chinese woman, Arab woman, and an Indian woman. You line them up all together and take a survey on who they think the hoe is. Who do you think they're going to choose? They're going to choose the Hispanic sister, Maria.
Right.
Or Shaniqua. You understand? That's what they're going to think is the hoe. Again, man, we have to instill these values into our, our nation, man. Starting with our children. Okay, that's how the kingdom comes. All right, that's how the kingdom is built. You understand? I'm Officer Natazab of the Detroit camp, man. Make sure you pay your tithes and your offerings to the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge so that we can continue feeding brothers and sisters, keeping the lights on, and making sure that we're able to house and clothe brothers and sisters, man. You understand? The Lord is looking at us as a nation and how we love one another. That's how we show love. Okay, by taking care of each other, by putting all our pennies together. Yeah, we may not have as much money as Mike Bloomberg and all these other politicians who are looking to use you for your silly ass vote. That means nothing anyway. You understand? But we are looking for, we are capable, Salakia, of taking care of one another with the little pennies that we have. You understand? With that, I'm going to pass the class over to Priest Officer Mashah, who's going to read the announcements. Shalom, Israel.
ISUPK announcement, security announcement. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are here to be saluted. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to
marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3, verses 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'asharah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upholy Convocation, March 7th and 8th. This is the Feast of Purim. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirts, pants, headbands, and scarves. With that, we want to give a courtesy salute to the teacher, Hamajim Shabbat, Hamajim, Barak, Shalom, Yahweh Hashem HaShabbatah.
Shalom, Yahweh Hashem HaShabbatah.
With that, we're dismissed.
Isupk presents the Lord's 51st annual Passover.
Well, this is crazy, y'all. We in the arena. Okay, I can't explain to you the level that is. This place is going to be packed with the children of the Lord shouting in one word.
On Thursday, April 9th, 2020 at sundown, we're going to be holding the Lord's 51st annual Passover.
I ain't a people pleaser. I don't like people either. I don't care if you're not a jigger and wanna meet you. Just give me my
We're going to be located at the Westchester Town Center, 198 Central Ave, White Plains, New York, 10606. $100 for all adults 17 and over. Kids are for free. Start sending in your funds now. For booking information, check us out on the Isupk 51st Annual Passover Facebook page. More updates will be available. Last but not least, Israel, Commanding General Yonah will be accepted me willing to stand for the Hebrew Academy 2020. The Lord's 51st Annual Passover.